Told them niggas, that's what I'm about. It's really baby, nigga. What's your mind? Listen to me. Hey, why do niggas play tough and they know they hoes? Why they gossip like bitches, like that type of shit is cool? Why my nigga run his mouth and give our hood a bad name? Why he couldn't keep it silent and take his case like a man? Why everybody hate my hood and we don't fuck with nobody? Why half my hood real? Why my whole hood ain't solid? Why that nigga in this bitch get on the scale? Why that nigga ain't doubt? Why they ain't that?
But we need information from others in the public, whether it be people who saw something, people who have video cameras that recorded the incident or saw the suspects leaving the scene.
IMPD is working to piece together what led to the quadruple shooting on Indy's east side.
We brought this to you as breaking news last night. One person was killed, 3 others were injured, and police are still looking for the people responsible. Today, neighbors on Wallace Avenue are trying to get past that violent scene that unfolded in their neighborhood. Fox 59's Hannah Fullman spoke with them about what happened.
The police are trying to piece together what led up to a deadly shooting that killed 1 man and hurt 3 others on Indy's northeast side. The shooting happened on the 3500 block of Wallace Avenue. That's just north of 34th Street between Forest Manor and Emerson Avenues. At this hour, it is still an active investigation. WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson brings us the latest tonight.
Tonight, the search for answers after a deadly shooting on the northeast side of Indianapolis. 4 men hit by gunfire. 1 of them was killed. Our Logan Gay spent hours at the scene today. She talked with the family of one of the survivors. They are experiencing a flood of emotions tonight. Police are still searching for the shooter or shooters and are asking neighbors to check their cameras. Neighbors tell me they saw a male dressed in all black, wearing a ski mask, run away from the scene carrying a large gun. I spoke to the family of a homeowner who was shot in the incident, who tells me the nearly 70-year-old was defending his home. This neighborhood looks a lot different than it did yesterday. Crime scene tapes spanned across this entire block as detectives spent nearly 12 hours trying to piece together this investigation. And neighbors tell me it's a day they'll never forget. Family members of one of the gunshot victims tell me they're thankful their loved one is alive and is recovering, but they tell me things in that house will never be the same.
He's one of the best men I know besides my daddy. He treats me like I'm his child.
We heard this big boom, boom, pop, pop. I said, hit the floor, baby, hit the floor. I don't know what's going on, but hit the floor.
Sandra Roberts lives next door to the home on Wallace Avenue where the gunfire began.
We've never had anything like that happen over here, ever. Now, we hear gunshots, from time to time, but it's in a distance. We never had it that close.
According to police, 2 of the 4 men shot were found inside this home on the northeast side, and investigators believe 1 or more suspects ran from the scene. This woman, who asked to speak anonymously, says her great-uncle owns the home, and it's one of the people injured. She says the home is the gathering spot for family functions and has been in the family for more than 45 years. After a shootout in broad daylight on the northeast side, 2 people were found inside this home, 1 dead. The other, identified by family as Quentin Price, was transported to the hospital. Police say he is stable. Family and friends of the man who lives here tell me he was being robbed and someone started shooting. The homeowner's niece, who did not want to be identified, said her uncle had to defend himself.
It's sad to have somebody in their house laying on the floor, Like I said, it'll never be the same.
Police are still investigating the motive behind the shooting, but she believes it was an attempted robbery.
It hurts. It hurts. It don't just hurt they family, it hurts everybody. I'm hurt.
And of course, you're going to protect his life. Because, just think they came to kill him. There's nothing else to it.
One person died in that home. He has been identified as 20-year-old Cameron Curtis Clay. The homeowner is expected to be okay.
And I pray for them. I pray for the ones that got killed. I pray for them. Even though they tried to take my uncle's life, I still pray for them.
I'm not a military girl, but I am from the 46218.
She says her friend didn't deserve this.
He loves his family and his friends. He's 70 years old.
As they wait for more information about the suspect, these women are just grateful their loved one is still alive.
I'm just blessed that he okay, and I just pray for the ones that didn't make it.
In Indianapolis, Logan Gate 13 News.
It's just a blessing my uncle's alive, because they came to take him out.
Witnesses say a Charger pulled into the neighborhood. Moments later, they described men attempting to break into this home, followed by gunfire.
It sounded like New Year's.
As the scene unfolded, neighbors heard even more gunshots down the street.
I knew it was right outside my house, and I knew I needed to get down. It went through 2 walls and a door. And thank God nobody in my household was hurt.
Police found 2 more victims, one on the other side of the street in this car, and another about half a block away.
You get on the floor and you hope that it stops. And you pray.
Tony Allums says she heard around 30 to 40 shots.
They shot up it happened to shoot up my mom's crib.
Metro Police say a third man was found behind a house near that Charger. He was taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds and reported to be in critical condition. A fourth man was found across the street at the intersection of 36th and Wallace and is reported to be stable. The son of the nearly 70-year-old who was hurt says his father rented out this home but was here checking on his tenant.
This woman is a close friend to the 69-year-old man. She lives a few houses away. She says she was making breakfast when she heard the shooting started.
All of a sudden, just mayhem, a bunch of gunfire.
The bullets going through her home, whizzing by her and her family inside.
Get on the floor and you hope that it stops. And you pray.
This video she shared with 13 News shows her walls riddled with bullet holes. She says many of the neighbors like herself have lived in this neighborhood for years. And it's sad to see their street become a crime scene, littered with dozens of evidence markers.
It was scary. That's all I can tell you. I'm just thanking the Lord that He had us covered.
Just do a shake your head and say it's crazy out here. Little young guys out here making dumb moves, false moves, wrong moves.
Metro Police are still investigating and are asking the public for help finding the other shooters on the run.
It was 12 o'clock Tuesday. They need to be at somebody's library, training center, job. It's a lot to do to come over here bothering a senior citizen.
In Indy, Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV. Crime scene investigators found a large amount of narcotics inside the home where it all started. Several guns were also recovered from the scene. And now police are still searching for other possible suspects.
And what we find in these types of situations is that when witnesses come forward, we're more likely to identify the person or persons responsible for the crime, and we're hopeful that that will happen in this situation as well.
And neighbors like Roberts just hope they never have to live through something like this again.
This is a day I'll never forget. Believe me, this is something you just can't, brush out of your mind right away.
Police are still asking anyone with information to speak up. You can always leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS. For now, reporting on the East Side, Hannah Fulman, Fox 59 News.
Hannah.